What's up, meta nerds? Figured I should cover this one since I don't know when I'll be this close to this line, with having just done the MC-140 and the complications of that design, but in short, there might be some really creative reasons why this large blade design could make sense, but all things considered, there were some very obvious ways that it could have been better designed. The best angle I gave is that since it was packed with 160 torpedoes, 10 times most craft that had even explosive ordnance, maybe since this was such an odd design, these two unique details were connected, and so maybe this blade could be jettisoned away in case those explosives were hit and set off a chain reaction. And more evidence of this is that the Shashore, made as parts of the same fleet, also made by the Mon Calamari shipyards, had these interchangeable front blades on the frigate. And one of those blades are just like the three on the Tri-Scythe-class frigate. So this whole front system is modular. With an armament of 10 turbo laser batteries, 2 point defense laser batteries, 1 tractor beam, and only 4 proton torpedo batteries, but with the same payload of 160 torpedoes like the Scythe, still overall it had less weaponry than the Scythe, most notably the lack of heavy turbos and heavy ions. So it really loses the enormous power of the cross of fire the Scythe was known for, but it is said to be an increase in firepower from the Shashore. The real mystery is in that it also had a smaller complement of starfighters too. At first I thought it was saying 12 squadrons, but nope, just 12 ships in total, which is a third of the Scythe. It all just doesn't make sense, especially when you look at the greater hangar space that goes straight through the main body, and is said to be bulkier than the Shashore due to the extra reactors and generators needed to, quote, power the weaponry housed within 3 parallel blades at the bow of the ship. But the very next sentence says that it has less firepower than the Scythe. So, I don't get it. It does power these 4 main thrusters, 6 secondary and 2 tertiary thrusters. But to put it simply, though the Scythe gets the most hate, the Tri-Scythe seems to be the worst or most nonsensical ship I've ever seen. At least in terms of the guidebook-informed lore or the specific stats that we get. But if we just look at it on its own, being able to jettison away this area, and if those 3 blades actually tripled the firepower, it could be a lot better. But with all the lore, we have to assume that the Mon Cal engineers finally bit off more than they could chew. And the power generation to weight and maintaining it all just turned this thing into a big failure. Let me know what you think down in the comments and if I missed something. Please hit that like button, it's the best way to help me out. Subscribe to see more, check out these videos, and most important of all, remember, even the fish folk gotta drop a dud sometimes. And the force will be with you, always.